Well, after 8:30 on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I am here just outside of One Pine, these beautiful snow-capped mountains, and I am, you can see, out in the middle of the desert, but my goal is Tuttle Creek right there. This road is reported to be eventually washed out, and it was already kind of sketchy in spots anyways, not really an even drive, so I didn't really want to drive too far down this road, so I just parked back there. The trailhead that I want is actually probably a couple miles away, so I got some desert hiking. Fortunately, despite being May, it is going to be refreshingly cool today. Even down here in the desert, probably only in the 60s. So, should be a good day for a hike. Could be kind of chilly once I get into the mountains. Alright, well, we don't want to drive through this. A Jeep or something could still go, but that's beautiful. So, I don't think I pointed it out yet. So, there's Tuttle Creek right here. So my goal, my first goal is to get to the Tuttle Creek trailhead, and then I will be, from there, it's a relatively short hike up to the Tuttle Creek Ashram, an old abandoned building from the 50s. So I'll check that out. But yeah, these views are absolutely stunning. So I think that big granite wall right there, up there I believe is Lone Pine Peak. I think that's 12.9 or something. I forget. In a couple months, I plan on doing a hike just on the other side of that peak, up the Mason Lake Trail. Gotta wait for the snow to go away though, at least a lot of it. I think that big one in front of me, I think that might be Mallory, maybe. It's like 13.8, and then I believe that poking up there, unless I'm mistaken, is Mount Langley, 14,000. I've pointed out Langley on many of my hikes, but never from this side. I've never been able to recognize it from the other side. Oh. Anyway, I won't be going into the snow, at least not too much. Whew. Quite the climb though. The road is steeper than I thought. I can't see it, but I can hear it. Listen to that roar. Tuttle Creek. I can barely see it. Should be getting close to the trailhead, I think. I've starting to leave the desert, getting some trees now. Beautiful view. about 2.25 miles from where I parked. I think this is a trailhead. Whew. That's probably 1,300 to 1,500 feet of gain, just that. Alright. Should be just another little over a mile to the ashram from this point. Should be at the base of that little snow spire in the foreground. It's going to be more uphill though. Oh. Oh, it's steep and tiring. Also, first patch of snow. Oh, don't fall. It's a long way down. Those pine trees are so green. There it is. Whew. So close yet so far. Okay. Snow on trail. Feels pretty powdery. Wonder if it's fresh snow. There is a storm system in the area. Might have snowed yesterday. Or maybe not. Oh, there's a little bit in the trees too, so there's no way that's left over from a month ago. I do have my spikes in my backpack if I need them. So far this feels pretty soft. Easy to walk through. Snow is getting a little deeper than I hoped. So I got off this north facing slope. There should be a path across pretty soon. Quite the contrast from the desert I was in an hour ago. There's some trail maintenance going on here. Holy cow. I have no idea where the trail is. I mean, obviously it's right down here, but after that. This is an avalanche. My concern I don't know where the trail is. I want to say I need to get to right there. And you could say I'll just get across here. That's not really a good idea. Alright, that's rock. Alright, gonna have to be careful. I haven't really moved. I think I have to call it. This is, that's not a rock. This is all ice and snow. Just giant mounds of it. I don't know how deep this is. Like there's just giant holes, and if I stick my pole, I don't feel the rock. It's just more snow. I think I just need to get to that dry spot right there, and then there's a little path. But I just don't see a good route. Alright, well I'm going to call the hike here. Tuttle Creek Ashram, this is May. Interestingly, that's a crazy route up Langley if you wanted to go that way. Also, I don't want to fall through the snow, and a bigger thing is this creek. I don't know if there's a crossing, and even worse, if the snow and ice covers the creek and you try to walk across it, now you're in the creek in freezing water. That's not good. So before I fall through several feet of snow, I'm going to backtrack out of this dangerous spot. Whew. I didn't think there was still that much. I want to say, what, I'm at 7,400 feet? And they got a lot of snow. My local mountains, roughly that altitude, the snow's mostly gone. except in a few patchy spots, and that's on the north-facing slope. So I was hoping it would be somewhat similar conditions here. It picked up quickly. It was a little bit of patchy snow, and then boom, just this. Well, I didn't get to go in the Tuttle Creek Ashram, but I got to see it. That's something. Yeah, I took a quick break. I'm going to take a longer break when I get somewhere warmer and can sit down easier. That rock was terrible. The more I look at it, there's a lot of fresh logs. And just, I mean, some of these fallen trees are green still. Just a lot of debris. I don't know how long they stay green after they topple over, but, and some of these big ones are leaning. I wonder if there was an avalanche that came through. This amount of ice, I mean, just looking at some of it. I mean, it could be 10 plus feet deep, easily. That one tree in the way, but it is the avalanche. It is an avalanche chute, basically, going up behind that tree. I wonder if there was, at some point in the near past, a big old avalanche. There's way too much snow, because right there is no snow. Of course, that's a south-facing slope, but still. There's a lot of snow just piled up in that little spot. It had to be some kind of avalanche. So I went from almost just a few little light patches of snow to just, like, this has to all be, this all looks like ice. You can see where the bottom should be there, but that's how high that's piled up. I think that was an avalanche. A pretty big one too. Let's go somewhere else before there's another one. Yeah, look at that snow kind of edging above the creek. Step on that and you're going in. No, thank you. Look at that view of the Owens Valley once these trees get out of the way. Still looks very green. See Tuttle Creek flowing down there, or the little green line in the desert, although it all looks green. Whew. Already feels warmer. Back to the desert. See a nice view of the little Alabama hills in front of One Pine. There's all small hills right there. There's the last of the trees. There was that much water in the lake. Most years, especially of course summertime, it's completely dry. drive up, there was a detour set up. I guess the 395 is closed. I think it goes around the town of Avalanche all the way to Lone Pine for repaving. So instead of a nice short trip, I had to go all the way around the lake on the far side of the mountains there. And that road was terrible. They made us detour on a road with dog-sized potholes. I hit at least 2 big ones. Fortunately, I didn't get a flat tire. My car, always feel better seeing it. Whew. I was a little more tired going up those uphill sections. They were steep, but I was hoping I'd handle them a little better than I did. But all in all, it was a pretty good hike. It's going to end up being a little bit under 3 hours round trip. Would have been a little more if I was able to actually get over there to the ashram. It wasn't that far. It's like, I don't know, another quarter mile or so. But yeah, maybe another day. Alright, just wanted to do a quick addendum to this hike. So I did a little bit of research, and it turns out there was an avalanche reported in March. So you forgot what day in March, but maybe a month and a half or so ago. It was reported as being past the Tuttle Creek Bridge, which I never saw, but somewhere in this area. Which makes sense. Here's the trail here. So here's Mount Langley. Right way over here. This is actually an avalanche chute. This is a common place for avalanches. They'll build up at 11,000 feet. All the snow will start to fall. Goes right down, kind of turns, and then eventually down here kind of stops once it flattens out a little bit. I got to, right around here, and I didn't actually cross the creek because this is probably the tail end of the avalanche. I saw one picture that showed significantly more debris than what I saw. Yeah, you could barely even see the snow. There was so much debris from trees and stuff. But yeah, just wanted to add that it was an avalanche, and that giant pile of concrete ice is going to take a very long time to melt.